Good morning. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie. I'm so glad you're here. Today is Sunday and I'm getting ready to go to the beach. I feel like I actually just said that because in the last video I did, I was home in California and I think I started filming on the day I was going to the beach. So this feels like deja vu. But I'm back home in New York after my trip home. And it's the long weekend, so I also have tomorrow, Monday, off, and it's been a weekend packed full of very fun things. I'm also on my second cup of coffee. The first one that you saw, I put too much creamer in. You know when you just pour and then more comes out than you wanted? And then I just felt like I was drinking coffee creamer, which isn't good. I got back into town Wednesday night and had taken a couple days off of work to just rest and recuperate. And basically since Friday afternoon, I've had plans. I had a friend's birthday party. And then yesterday I went to the movies and hung out with a friend all evening. Today I'm going to the beach and tomorrow I'm meeting up with another friend. So a very, very busy, socially driven weekend. If you've been watching some of my vlogs, you know something that I've been working on is feeling more balanced in my social life, and this does seem to counteract that idea. But because I had like 2 days to myself, I feel like I have all this energy to get out, which I think is also balanced. Like, spent a lot of time alone and now I'm ready to socialize and see my friends and have fun. So I thought I would bring y'all along on the next couple days, probably just till tomorrow. Today will be beach day and then tomorrow will be a mix of like seeing a friend and also getting set and ready for the work week ahead because I've taken some time off and it's gonna be a busy week back. I'm gonna finish this cup of coffee, go run and pick up my friend Coffee because he is so kind and is driving me to the beach, which in New York is pretty rare, like a pretty rare way to get to the beach. So I need like some type of thank you. And then we're gonna head on down to Rockaway. And I've only been once before, so I'm excited to go back. Although there's been some reports that you shouldn't go in the water because of sharks, so I don't know if I'm gonna go in the water. We'll see. But I'm meeting up with a big group of friends and I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a very fun beach day. Thank you for being here. We're gonna get this day started. Oh, okay. Also, if you've been watching some of my vlogs, a couple of vlogs ago, I mentioned that I would be getting some new plants from a friend, and I've been out of town so he hasn't had a chance to drop them off, but the friend that's driving me to the beach is the friend with the plants, and so he is bringing them over when he picks me up. So I am getting new plants. I'm so excited. I actually don't know what they are because I think he just took a bunch of them from our other friend and is divvying them up. And obviously he gets first pick because he's done all the legwork. So I don't know what I'm getting, which is kind of fun. It's like a mystery, a mystery plant surprise. But we'll see what we get. I love plants. I am home from the beach and it's nighttime. Oh, let me turn off the fan. It's 7:45 and I've been at the beach all day. I literally just walked in the door. I left my apartment at 10:30 and we left the beach at 6:45. Honestly, it was one of the best beach days I've had in a very long time. The weather was perfect. It was such a good crew of people. It was chill. Everybody brought food and drinks, and the water was a good temperature, so we all went swimming. It just was one of those days where it felt very easy and nice to be outside and in the sun. I dozed off. I laid on the blankets. I relaxed, like no pressure to do anything, and it was so restful, but also tiring in a good way. Like, you know, when you've been out in the sun and you know you're gonna sleep well that night, that's how I feel. We went to Rockaway Beach, which is one of the main beaches here, I guess. I don't, to be honest, don't know that much about beaches in New York, but it was really nice and it was crowded, but not, you didn't feel squished. So such a good day. I am happy to be home. I really need to shower because I did go in the water, so my hair is very like crunchy from the salt water, and I need to eat some dinner. And I did get the plants I mentioned I was supposed to be getting, and one of them is like a full tree, and I'm a little worried I overcommitted because my room is pretty small. But once I get cleaned up, I'll either show you tonight or tomorrow when the lighting's better, because it's nighttime now and I'm having a hard time finding adequate light. But you will see my new plants. They're pretty good. There are fireworks going on in the background and I don't know why. I really need to shower, but there's a part of me that wants to run out and get sparkling water because I'm out. And that is one of my go-tos. So I'm like, since I'm already like kind of still dressed, do I just go get a few things from the grocery store that I need? TBD. I'm gonna sit for like 2 seconds and I literally just walked in the door and was like, I need to check in. I need to say hi. So I'm gonna like sit for a couple minutes and let myself feel just like figure out what I need to do. So I'm going to bed. Hi again. Okay, so I did end up going to the corner store, not just to get LaCroix, but I also needed a few fresh vegetables because I'm gonna try and do some meal prep tomorrow. I do have the day off since it's Labor Day, but I don't have too many plans. I just am getting coffee in the morning with a friend, and then I want to see if maybe I can go to the gym and then maybe also do a little bit of meal prep for the week ahead, just so I feel like I'm in a good spot. I haven't really done any since I got back from my trip, and I think it'll feel good going into the work week. But that's all I did. I showered and cleaned up my room a bit, unpacked all my beach stuff, and I'm gonna go to bed. I'm starting to feel the like effects of the sun and the beach and socializing and being out all day, so I'm pretty tired. And I do need to get up somewhat early to go meet my friend for coffee since she has other plans after. So we're gonna try and get a full night's sleep, a full night's rest to have a good, productive and fun day tomorrow. I feel like I can like feel it in my eyes, you know. That's when you know I'm just like, okay, it's time. So I'm gonna go to bed and I will see you in the morning. Just got home from seeing a friend, getting coffee. We went to a really good coffee shop called the Cabra. It's pretty well known, I think. There's always a line, but since it's a holiday day, it's Monday, there's more planes. So many. Since it's Labor Day, it felt like things weren't as crazy busy earlier, so didn't have to wait too long and caught up for a while. Went and sat in Tompkins Square Park, and then we got bagels, and overall just like a very chill morning of catching up and being outside. The weather was super weird. It rained for like an hour and then it cleared up, and now it's cloudy again. New York weather in the summer is so strange. I still don't understand it. I am feeling pretty drained. I think the weekend's festivities are catching up with me. I have had plans since Friday night. Friday night, most of the day Saturday, all day Sunday, and this morning, and I'm feeling really, really tired. And like the introverted part of me needs to just be alone. I'm just gonna relax for a while. I do need to do some like meal prep for this week, and I wanted to try to clean up some parts of my apartment, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today. Usually it's soothing, and usually I like being able to like listen to music and do all these like things that make me feel productive and set for the week, but I still feel pretty pretty tired, and I'm having a hard time motivating even just doing these few things I need to do. I'm gonna try and rally and get it done, but that's where we're at. I'm gonna go rest, and I'll check back in a little. Can you tell I'm tired? I feel so low energy, like so low energy. I was telling a friend, I was telling somebody this weekend that when I feel like when I don't have any energy to give, I'm just silent. And that's how I feel right now. I'm just like, I have nothing to say. So I'm gonna go rest. Before I get into cooking and prepping for the week, I did want to show y'all the 2 new plants I got, the ones that my friend dropped off that are from our other teammate who plays soccer with us. So let me show you what we're working with. My room is too small for all the plants I have. I might have overcommitted, and I am also trying to figure out, I'm like contemplating reorganizing my room, and now that I have these plants, I might need to do that. One of the main reasons also that they have to be in my room is because my room has a cat, and most of the plants I have are poisonous to them, so they stay in here because obviously I don't want to harm her. So that just means I have to get creative with my space. So the first plant, this guy needs a little bit of water, his leaves are dripping, is this cute little pothos guy. I do have 2 pothos, one on top of my bookshelf and then one hanging in our living room. And my friend did also leave or give me this, which hangs it so I can put the plant in and like hang it from the ceiling. That one is just little, and I'm not too concerned about the space that one's taking up. The next guy is the big guy. This thing is massive. That's why my friend had to use his car to drop it off. To be fair, the other one also was big. They were 2 big, like tree-like shrub plants, so I don't feel as bad that he had to drive it all the way over. But it's big. When he was carrying it up the stairs, I was like, oh, this is a tree, and it does fit pretty well. We're in that little crevice of the bookshelf, but it's really big, and it does displace my monstera because my monstera usually goes in that corner. So if I keep the bigger plant by the bookshelf, I need to figure out what to do with this guy, and that's the dilemma I'm in. I just love plants so much. I don't want to get rid of any of them. I'm also not entirely sure what type of plant this big guy is. I did some research, and I think it's what's called a dracaena, Dracaena, and that specific type is, there's like the house name for it is Janet Craig. I don't know why. That's what I'm thinking based on pictures and the fact that it's like a common house plant that can do well in low light. But since I'm not super confident, I need to do a little bit more research to make sure I'm taking care of it properly. It does need a little bit of love. There's some dead leaves at the bottom, and the soil's pretty dry. I also do need to tend to some of my plants today, just mainly watering and seeing what there's like soil level is like. But that's the status of the plants. I'm very excited. My room feels too crowded. I do need to declutter. That is something I'm hoping to do in the next week, is I need to just go through and get rid of things. And like I said, I'm contemplating reorganizing, and I do need to get like a new dresser because it's breaking, and maybe a new desk, and I might shift some things around. And so now that I have the plants, I can kind of factor that in. but I'm pretty excited. Yay. Just hanging with my new plant that takes up my entire room. I have spent most of my evening trying to figure out this plant situation because now my room is too full of them. And I went down like a YouTube rabbit hole trying to figure out what I need to do for plant care and how I can prune. This one is just, it just takes up so much space, and it's really root bound, which means like I should technically repot it into a bigger pot, but I can't. There's just no space, so I might need to like prune the roots, and I don't know, it's gonna be a whole ordeal. So my evening was me just like moving my plants around in various locations to see if it would work any better, but no, it's back where it started. That really has been most of my night. I finished cooking food, I ate dinner, I cleaned up a little bit, and then I've just been like literally frantically watching plant care videos because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I definitely was overconfident in taking this plant. I am pretty tired. I still feel pretty low energy just because it was such a busy weekend, but it was a good one, and it felt very nice to be social and see all my friends, and I did have most of the day to myself, which was good for feeling balanced and like I'm ready to go for the week. I am a little bit anxious to log into work tomorrow just because I was out last week for some of last week, and the long weekend, it just usually means that it's more chaotic the first day back, so I hope it's just not too intense. I'm just scared there's gonna be a lot of fires, and my boss is out this week on vacation, so it's just me holding down the fort. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm like more experienced in my job. I feel less frantic than I normally would when my boss is out on vacation, but I'm still just like, please let it be an easy week. So we'll see, but that's okay. We'll deal with it as it comes. I'm gonna get going here to bed. I don't even think I'm gonna read tonight. I just feel so tired. It's already like 10:30 and I just want to sleep. So I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog and try to get some rest. So thanks so much for coming along with me on my long weekend. I do keep forgetting that it's Monday and that tomorrow is Tuesday, but that's okay. We'll get there. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you very soon.